All right, I had my 14-year-old jump over everything to go get this box, what everything was in. So all I did was cut that plate down, and they sit right in there nice and tight. As you can see, tight. Now here's the other thing you need to know about these rockers. And all I did, this one side had a real tall lip, and I just cut it way down so the rockers could slide by. That's it. And it worked great. Once you torque them down, they're not going to move. Everything's there. The only thing it does is raise the rockers a little bit more, and the stock covers will not go over it. Maybe with those adapters, but I'm doubting it. I'm probably going to have to get those big Cadco ones. So here's something else you need to be aware on these rockers. So right here is about where these need to sit on this, and I'm going to show you why. This is how low they are with the stock push rods. Okay, so the stock push rods are a bit short, and I say about a 1/4 inch, but like I said, you're going to have to measure it yourself. So what you're looking at here is oil distribution problems. So if you run them down like that, this is way down like this, right? And what this is where the oil goes through if you see the hole, right? And then what it does is there's another hole in the rocker, which you can see it in there, and it pushes the oil into the trunnion bearings, right? And I'm not sure if it puts them up here or not, but maybe. So when you bring this down too low like that, you got threads covering the whole of that. You need this to be just perfect. And like right there is probably ideal where you would want it. And you can see those are down more than a few threads. You're gonna have to do some measurement. Do not just put them on, or you're gonna burn them up, and then you're gonna have metal in your engine, and you are not gonna be a happy camper. And you'll be saying that I misguided you or whatever. But it's real simple. They sit, the roller tip sits right about 3/4. It was close to the middle, so maybe 2/3 to the front. And it's not sitting real bad. I mean, the geometry is not bad. And when I measured these, they said they were 1/6 also. You should measure yours, because what I got, now I don't know, maybe the Chinese people or who made this, which I'm pretty sure they come from China. When I measured the center, and the center, it came out to 1.7, not 1.6. Measure yours, figure out where yours is at. I'm not saying yours aren't 1.6, and everybody would rather have them be a 1.7, I promise you. And if you didn't, then you probably shouldn't be messing with your rocker arms. The 1/6s will go easier on your valve train. You know, you don't need such a stout spring, but it's not enough to write home about, but every little bit counts, right? So we're trying to get all the air and fuel in we can. And this is how I did the rockers. Let me pull one of these off. See? My kit just did not come with no pins or nothing else. This is what I got with the studs that go through these with the nuts, which are on the heads. And then all I did was forced them down in there after I cut it down. It worked great. I mean, they're probably barely a 1/4 inch up both sides. And it works awesome. It's centered. It's where it needs to be. There's no guessing with drilling or anything. And it just, you know, I can only think of how their kit comes. And you got to put the stud in, put this in. Well, now you got to figure out what's straight to drill these holes for these pins. This is perfect. I don't see any reason in changing this or drilling holes and putting pins in. This works great.